Greetings, friends. Welcome back to the broadcast. I'm Shawn. The website can be found at scriptureandprophecy.com. That's where you go to find the archives, and that's where you go to support this mission of truth. Today we are finishing up these psalms, or songs of degrees. So we're going to be looking at Psalm 132, 33, and 34. They're all very, very short. In fact, Psalm 133 is only 3 verses, and Psalm 134 is only 3 verses. And as we've discussed previously, the songs of degrees are actually psalms of going up. They're songs that were sung in celebration for the pilgrimage feast as they would go up to Jerusalem for the feast. And it's fitting that we're ending these this week, finishing up them this week, because this is the week of Feast of Trumpets, which was a pilgrimage feast that they would go up to Jerusalem for every year. So let's start actually by reading Psalm 47, a psalm that is read during the Feast of Trumpets quite frequently, to kind of set our minds in the right place as we begin this week. Open up your hearts. Here is Psalm 47. O clap your hands, all ye people. Shout unto God with the voice of triumph. For the Lord Most High is terrible. He is a great king over all the earth. He shall subdue the people under us, and the nations under our feet. He shall choose our inheritance for us, the excellency of Jacob, whom he loved. Selah. God has gone up with a shout. The Lord will sound. Let's read that again. God has gone up with a shout. The Lord with the sound of a trumpet. Sing praises to God. Sing praises. Sing praises unto our King. Sing praises. For God is the King of all the earth. Sing ye praises with understanding. God reigneth over the heathen. God sitteth upon the throne of his holiness. The princes of the people are gathered together, even the people of the God of Abraham. For the shields of the earth belong unto God. He is greatly exalted. That is Psalm 47. We're going to read that again on Wednesday when we do our Feast of Trumpets broadcast, Lord willing. All right, let's finish up these pilgrimage songs and keep in our hearts and minds what the point of singing them was as they would travel up to Jerusalem. Psalm 132. King James Bible. Let's begin. Lord, remember David and all his afflictions, how he sware unto the Lord and vowed unto the mighty God of Jacob. Surely I will not come into the tabernacle of my house, nor go up into my bed. I will not give sleep to my eyes, or slumber to my eyelids, until I find out a place for the Lord, a habitation for the mighty God of Jacob. Lo, we heard of it at Ephratah. We found it in the fields, the wood. We will go into his tabernacle. We will worship at his footstool. Arise, O Lord, into thy rest, thou in the ark of thy strength. Let thy priest be clothed with righteousness, and let thy saints shout for joy. For thy servant David's sake, turn not away the face of thy anointed. The Lord hath sworn in truth unto David. He will not turn from it. That the fruit of thy body will I set upon thy throne. If thy children will keep my covenant and my testimonies that I shall teach them, their children shall also sit upon thy throne forevermore. For the Lord hath chosen Zion, He hath desired it for his habitation. This is my rest forever. Here will I dwell, for I have desired it. I will abundantly bless her provision. I will satisfy her poor with bread. I will also clothe her priest with salvation, and her saints shall shout aloud for joy. There will I make the horn of David to bud. I have ordained a lamp for my anointed. His enemies will I clothe with shame, but upon himself shall his crown flourish. That is Psalm 132. And most would agree that this was a psalm. Obviously, it was a pilgrimage psalm, a song of degrees. But it also had to deal with the dedication of the temple. In fact, it's very similar. So if we read Psalm 132, verses 8 through 10, let me just read those again real quick. Which says, Arise, O Lord, into thy rest, thou in the ark of thy strength. Let thy priests be clothed with righteousness, and let thy saints shout for joy. For thy servant David's sake, turn not away the face of thine anointed. Which interesting is, if you go to 2 Chronicles, Solomon says something very similar, which says, 2 Chronicles 6:41, Now therefore arise, O Lord God, into thy resting place. Thou in the ark of thy strength, let thy priest, O Lord God, be clothed with salvation, and let thy saints rejoice in goodness. All right, we have 6 more verses from our Psalms, and then we'll be reading from Ecclesiastes. Psalm 133 says this, Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for the brethren to dwell together in unity. It is like the precious ointment upon the head that ran down upon the beard, even Aaron's beard, that went down the skirts of his garments, as the dew of Hermon, and as the dew that descended upon the mountains of Zion. For there the Lord commanded the blessing, even life, evermore. Psalm 134. Behold, bless you the Lord, all you servants of the Lord, which by night stand in the house of the Lord. Lift up your hands in the sanctuary and bless the Lord. The Lord that hath made heaven and earth, bless thee out of Zion. That is our study in the Psalms for today. Let's move on to Ecclesiastes chapter 8. Just a continuation of the same theme here, which is the mystery of the divine providence. Let's begin. Ecclesiastes chapter 8. Who is as a wise man? And who knoweth the interpretation of a thing? Man's wisdom makes his face to shine, and the boldness of his face shall be changed. I counsel thee to keep the king's commandment, and that in regard of the oath of God. Be not hasty to go out of his sight. Stand not in an evil thing, for he doeth so whatever pleases him. Where the word of the king is, there is power, and who may say unto him, What doest thou? Whoso keepeth the commandment shall feel no evil thing, and a wise man's heart discerneth both time and judgment. Because to every purpose there is a time and judgment, therefore the misery of a man is great upon him. For he knoweth not that which shall be, for who can tell him when it shall be? There is no man that hath power over the spirit to retain the spirit, neither hath the power in the day of death. And there is no just discharge in that war, neither shall wickedness deliver those that are given to it. All this I have seen and applied in my heart unto every work that is done under the sun. There is a time wherein one man ruleth over another to his own hurt. And I saw the wicked buried, who had come and gone from the place of the holy, and they were forgotten in the city where they had so done. This is also vanity. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. Please note, this is just absolutely true. We witness it in our own day. The reason, or one of the reasons, there's many reasons I'm sure, but one of the reasons the wicked continue to do wicked things is because, by and large, they get away with it, right? I mean, it seems like it takes forever to catch up to them. And for many, it won't catch up to them until the day of actual judgment. In this world, they do wicked, and they prosper from it, and they continue to do wicked, and now they're in their 80s, and they're animated corpses, and yet they still continue to do evil, and they've continued to get away with it. Listen to this verse again, verse 11. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. Let's continue on, verse 12. Though a sinner do evil 100 times, and his days be prolonged, yet surely I know that it shall be well with them that fear God, which fear before him. But it shall not do well with the wicked, neither shall he prolong his days which are as a shadow, because he feareth not before God. So really Solomon continues that whole theme. Let's just read those 3 verses together one more time. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. Though a sinner do evil 100 times, and his days be prolonged, yet surely I know that it shall be well with them that fear God, which fear before him. But it shall not be well with the wicked, neither shall he prolong his days, which are as a shadow, because he feareth not before God. Verse 14. There is a vanity which is done upon the earth, that there be just men unto whom it happeneth according to the work of the wicked again. There be wicked men, to whom it happeneth according to the work of the righteous. I said this is also vanity. What's Solomon saying? He's saying this is so empty, this is so worthless. But it's true. Sometimes what's due to the wicked ends up happening to the righteous, and what's due to the righteous sometimes happens to the wicked, and it's completely emptiness. He's making a point of that. Verse 15, Then I commanded mirth, because a man hath no better thing under the sun than to eat and to drink and to be merry. For that shall abide with him of his labor the days of his life which God giveth him under the sun. When I applied my heart to know wisdom, and to see the business that is done under the earth. For also there is that, neither day nor night seeth sleep with his eyes. Then I beheld all the work of God, that a man cannot find out the work that is done under the sun, because though a man labor to seek it out, yet he shall not find it. Yea, further, though a wise man think to know it, yet shall he not be able to find it. That, my friends, is our wisdom and encouragement this week I pray that you've been strengthened, that you've been blessed, that these words have spoken to your spirit today. I want to thank all of you for listening, for praying, those of you who support the mission, the Patreon subscribers. While you are few in number, I couldn't do this without you, so thank you so much. Lord willing, we'll do our Feast of Trumpets broadcast Wednesday, so be looking forward to that. Peace and grace be with all of you, and until next time, God bless.